Episode 5 of Rabbit Hole, titled Tom, is 43 minutes long. And in this episode, Tom is basically a code name for what Weir's character says to his team. We're going to go into Tom, and it's not a who, it's a what. Basically, it's kind of going and getting new identities and everything because kind of Weir says to his team, like, we're doing something and you need to be a part of it in a certain way. And that's happening. And the episode is that of what's happening with the team, where the team's going, and the whole aspect of the ending. And it's just another twist and turn. And this show delivers on all cylinders. Not only that, we have Agent Joe Maddie looking into one of the team members, the female, Kara, I believe, and trying to figure out where she is. Like, why is she buying expensive wine, doing things and everything? And she's just looking into certain things. You think she's kind of annoying, but she's not. She's just doing her job, and she's really damn good at it. All the while, we get aspects of figuring out, we're trying to figure out a log list of phone calls of who the last person Valance spoke with before he jumped to his death. He goes through a list of numbers, calling, reaching Arden Analytics, different areas in the world and countries and cities for that matter. And the phone rings. It keeps ringing. And it's like, what's going on? What's happening? We find that the last person Valance spoke with was Weir's father, Ben. Uh, Mind blown, crazy mind blown. And all the while, Weir wants to know what's happening. All the while this is happening, they're being uh, targeted. They're being hunted. Someone has found them. How did they find them? We don't know what's going on. And then the whole truth comes out. Ben, talks about the intern, how the intern was the one doing certain things, and how the father just didn't have this he had this inclination about the intern just being not right. Well, the intern isn't right. He's just an annoying character that's just there. He's just a gnat. You just can't get rid of. And we see that in this episode. All the while everything's happening, we have certain flashbacks as to how Weir's team is doing certain things, setting things up, and trying to, falsify the explosion that we saw in the very first few episodes. And then we see the truth of what happened to his team. All the while, Weir thought his team was, fake their deaths and everything. But no, the intern did something to them while the father, Ben, was looking on because he was kind of following him in New York and going through certain ways. And then kind of he gets stabbed on the side with a knife, and then he leaves. And then he has the stab wound in him for 4 episodes. It's like, what is happening? What's going on? So it's a really interesting episode. And at the end, we see Agent Maddie uncover the actual truth about what happened to Weir's team. And all the while, we get a look at, I believe, Crowley, who is played by Peter Weller, who played Alex Murphy in the RoboCop movies or the RoboCop movie. It's great to see him, and I'm really interested and curious to see how he plays a role in this. What is the aspect of this? This is the 5th episode of this show. There's 3 episodes left. 3. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to have more twists and turns. Not only that, we saw the aspect of how Ham kind of looked into Introverse or Interverse and kind of saw who was supplying certain money places to certain senators. And we see that one senator announces her presidential run. So, what's going to happen with that? This was a fun, interesting episode, 43 minutes long. I mean, the episodes range from 43 to 58 minutes long. Very easy watch, quick watches, but it's like eye-opening. You don't know what's happening, but when everything comes together, it's really, really interesting. Oh, and how they were being tracked was because the kind of $100,000 bottle of whiskey or whatever it was that they stole had a tracking device on it because of course it's $100,000 whiskey. You're gonna have it tracked. So it's really interesting how everything happened, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this spy thriller. It's the espionage, it's the craziness of it. What's the whole backing of it? What else isn't Ben telling his son, Jonathan? And how does Haley play a role? I feel like I still think she's FBI, CIA, or just a plant, and the intern is also something, or maybe an informant, but we don't really know. And is Edward Hom actually in on everything as well? A lot of questions still need to be answered for this series. It's a fun series. Why isn't anyone watching this? You're not watching it. I know that because people would have been going crazy about this show, but they aren't. This is a must-watch show and a must-watch show that no one is watching in this year. Watch this show. You will like it. If you love Kiefer Sutherland and 24, Designated Survivor, if you like spy thrillers, espionage, anything that has to do with the government, spies, deception, ruining lives, whatever it is, check this show out. You will enjoy it. And I absolutely guarantee that you will. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 5 of Rabbit Hole, titled Tom. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think about the story progressing so far? Do you like the twists and turns that are still happening? What do you think is the truth of all this at the end? And how do you think things will play out? And who is actually the bad guy, who's actually the good guy, and who do you think Jonathan can trust? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and be sure you click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video, and thank you for tuning in, and be sure you tune in next week for my episode 6 review of Rabbit Hole.